Hi, this is Greg Guthrie, aka Disc Greg, and now it's time for me to show you the back nine of Emporia Country Club, the first real disc golf course built into the Disc Golf Valley game. Starting off on hole 10, it's a 415-foot par 3, downhill, a little bit of OB right, a few guardian trees before we get to this elevated pin. Plenty of room behind it, so we don't have to worry about going long, but even with that, we're probably not expecting any sort of serious ace runs at 415 feet. So I'm just going to take my accurate glide musket, put it on a slight flex line, and let it slide down here. Just outside of circle 1, we'll take it for a relatively easy putt to get the birdie fest that is this back nine rolling. The back nine has 6 par 3s and 3 par 4s. No real ace runs on any of the par 3s and no real serious equal opportunities on any of the par 4s. So we're just looking at a lot of green. Hole 11 is a 409-foot par 3, OB cart path left and long, ball golf green on the right. This hole is sponsored by Westside Discs. I think it's the only one here at Emporia that has the Westside banner. I'm going to take and put it out there over this fairway, have it fade back and slide up just inside of circle 1. Not really messing with any of the OB, pretty safe play. And we'll take another birdie and move on to hole 12. Hole 12 is the shortest at Emporia at 326 feet. Whether you're throwing a forehand or backhand, there might be a little bit of OB in play, right or left. The OB long will only come into play if you have a big tailwind, which looks like we might have a decent one here. So I'm going to take the wind roll river and throw it on a bit of a backhand, have it turn and slide up right within circle 1 and give us an easy putt for another bird. This takes us to hole 14, which is a 406-foot par 3. On the right, the tree line. On the left is on the fairway, down the middle of the fairway, and anything over in those bushes is OB left. So again, not really expecting much of an ace run opportunity on this par 3. I'm going to take my light glide Ballista Pro, hang it out a little bit to the right, clipped a tree there, but that's fine because it maybe kept me from going OB left. And that sets up a 61-foot throw-in opportunity here with my fuse. Put in for another birdie. So that's 4 straight par 3s to start the back nine. Our first par 4 here at hole 14, which is a 786-foot par 4. All of this green is in bounds, so it's pretty expansive fairway for Emporia Country Club. Just going to hope for the best going down this ball golf fairway. It gets a little tighter around the pin area with the fence as OB. Really what we're hoping for is just a simple birdie opportunity here. Maybe you could throw a roller and get it down there past 600 feet and get a decent throw-in opportunity. But I'm just going to take my turn skip Ballista Pro on a simple forehand line. Just throw it out there. We've got acres of space in this fairway, so I don't really have to worry about any sort of OB. And skip it on down the hill, 527 feet. Decent little throw there. And for this approach, I'm going to forehand the Warship, just more or less right at the pin, and let it fade in for an easy birdie putt. Another simple birdie on this back nine. Not a lot to really make you sweat too much. Just keep it in bounds, and you should expect a lot of birds. Hole 16 is hole 15 is a 447-foot par 3. Another downhill 400 plus foot par 3. For this one, I'm going to take my turn roll Ballista Pro, let the wind push it back and bounce a little bit here at the bottom, and then have that roll attribute really grab hold and get me close. So I'll take my tailwind birdie putt here and finish off hole 15 with another birdie. So now we are 6 under through 6 and moving on to hole 16. Hole 16 is the trickiest hole on the back nine. As you can see, it's an island green here, 374 feet. Can be pretty tricky to stick this landing, especially if you have any there. It's going to make things a little bit more difficult. I'm going to take the roll turn Ballista Pro. Looks like I've got the distance about right. I just needed to stick the landing. Barricades will help me out, and we're safe. Sets up another pretty simple birdie putt. So now we're 7 under through 7 on the back nine, which takes us to the last two holes. Both of them are par 4s. Hole 8 is kind of hole 17 is kind of a backwards 7 looking dogleg right. Just hoping to get the drive past these trees here. You can see it opens up over this ball golf green for our approach shot to this pin area. Which we want to just make sure that we don't hit any trees and don't go OB long over that card path. Alright, so off this tee, I'm going to take my roll turn Ballista Pro. Just send it right down the middle of this fairway. Really all we're hoping to do is miss all these trees, which I didn't manage to do, which will make our approach shot a little bit trickier. This will pretty much entirely be over OB the entire way. I'm going to take the recoil, throw it out there, just try to miss that one tree. Now I just needed to stick the landing and not go OB long, which it does. And we've got another birdie putt to keep the streak going. Alright, this takes us to the final hole at Emporia Country Club, hole 18, 642-foot par 4. It takes about 300 feet to get over this initial bit of water that then sets up our approach shot, either a forehand around these trees or a backhand for a righty over the water to this elevated pin. Really beautiful finishing hole here at Emporia, and hopefully I can keep the disc dry and pick up my final birdie. So I'm going to forehand the recoil over the water here, get enough distance to clear that and hopefully stay dry there with that water, which it does. Sets up a 313-foot approach. I'm going to take my accurate roll musket, throw it out there over the water, have it fade back, stick the landing next to this elevated pin. I'll have a nice way uphill putt here to finish it off, but there it goes. So the birdie fest that is the Emporia Country Club back nine held true. Really straightforward, but a lot of pretty holes and some opportunities to get somewhat aggressive if you want to try for some ace runs.